episode of ZoeTV, and we are excited. Gerald, you're taking the place at K, bro.
I'm here.
There's that
Glad
smile.
to be here.
There's that smile.
Glad to be here.
All right, so we are going to kick things off with our resident of inspiration. It's been hard to track you down. This has been 2 weeks we've been building this segment up because Olivia Florez was nominated 2 weeks ago? I think it was 2 weeks ago by Rosemary Hedden. And you've been off campus doing various doctors, doing things, and so we finally get to visit with you. So thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Olivia. So, Olivia, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what brought you here to Glencroft and where you're from originally, if you can.
I'm a Phoenix native.
Oh, you're from Phoenix?
Oh, great.
Yes.
Born and raised?
Born and raised. My parents and grandparents are we're from Kingman,
Okay.
Morenci area.
Nice. So you've seen this valley change
Oh, yes.
over the years. Now, I mean, change is good and bad, but have you seen the amount of change that you've seen being born and raised here?
Yes.
Do you miss the old days, or do you like where Phoenix is headed and the whole valley growing to what we've become?
You know, I like the old days where I was brought up. I was brought up on 18th Street in East Sherman, not too far from the airport.
Okay.
Our house was under and the planes came down, and as they got bigger, they came lower and lower.
Oh, my
you know?
goodness. So what high school did you go to down there?
Phoenix Union.
Phoenix Union.
But I went to Wilson High School. I'm not Wilson Elementary School.
Okay.
Wilson
All right.
School.
Man, you meet a lot of people that say they're born and raised Phoenix, but they were transplanted. But you were born here and grew up all this time.
In that,
Wow.
the same
So
place,
what brought you to Glencroft? How many years ago, or when did you move to Glencroft?
I've been here a little over 14 years.
You've been at Glencroft for 14 years.
Glencroft, yes.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, I know.
Long time.
Yes.
Goodness. So what brought you here back 14 years ago?
I've always volunteered. I think I volunteered for the Phoenix, city of Phoenix for about 20 years or more.
Wow.
For doing volunteer at various places, you know.
Yeah, sure.
And they always had those magazines, and as I was getting closer to retirement, I figured, well, I'll start looking, you know.
Yeah.
And I always ended up, for some reason, I opened and there was Glencroft.
Really? Did you tour any other campuses back in those days, or did you just?
I did.
You did?
I did.
And so what separated the Glencroft in that decision?
Well, even the first time that I came over here, I mean, everybody was so friendly.
Yes, we are.
Yes, and so friendly, so nice. I just liked everything, everything.
And you are extremely active on this campus, involved in a
Yes.
lot of groups. What's some of the highlights? What do you enjoy doing on campus the most?
I enjoy ceramics. Ceramics. I'm always down there in the basement. most
Love
of the
working
time.
on that.
Yes, I enjoy that.
And you guys have pretty good sized group doing the ceramics, right? I mean, I know COVID threw a wrinkle and things, but
Yes.
if you take COVID away, you guys have a pretty good following, a group that works
Yes.
together down there.
Yes.
That's very good. Can
Yes, we do.
anybody, new residents or other residents, still be a part of that? I mean, how do they get involved in the ceramics?
Just come down to the basement
Okay.
over
That
at the
easy.
crossing.
Okay.
That easy. And the thing is, we're redoing the whole room. It's been painted, but waiting
nice.
for the shelves or cabinets to come in has been a problem.
Oh,
And set them up. Deborah and I are down there, and we were the ones that set up all of the shelves and everything
Yeah.
because they were busy.
Yeah,
They're so
sure.
short of
so is it all set up now? Or are you still
the
waiting for
shelves.
stuff?
We're still waiting for a lot of things.
Okay.
And then activities is going to replace our tables.
Okay.
We're getting new tables.
Good.
So
So how many
once-
days a week do you meet on the ceramic side if a new resident came down?
For classes, it's Wednesdays, every Wednesday from 9 to 11.
Okay.
Second Thursday of the month from 1 to 3.
Okay. All
But
right.
I'm there every day.
You're there every day.
Weekends, all the time.
Wow.
Because things are sell. We do very well.
That's very cool. So what kind of ceramics do you do though? Like what would be, is it more pottery based or like what,
No,
clay or
no
what is
pottery.
it? What is it?
Just the ceramics, the acrylic painting.
Okay.
And we fire a lot of them so they can put them outside. But
Sure.
yeah.
We're doing an amazing art class in our Parkinson's and stroke group, and we just had one this week, and our residents that are engaged in it, we took 10 of them, and it's an alcohol, our ink class. And so they're doing some very cool on tiles and for the Parkinson's and whatnot, being able to maneuver those tiles and do certain shapes and control the hands. So there's a lot going into that. I think the arts are just so engaging. I think that as you age, even as a younger kid, I think that the art stimulates such a side of the brain that's like, it's super hard to tap any other way.
Yeah, that's what I tell him. We stayed away from it for a while. Now I told him, as long as I can still draw that straight line. Once I lose it, maybe for that tiny detail, you know, the face and everything.
That is cool. All right, so you were nominated a couple weeks back, and you were loved on big time. Miss Head gave you so much kudos to what you do on this campus and to what you do for so many people. I mean, that you're just so engaged in so many lives, you probably don't even realize how often your name comes up from other residents and talking about what you do to facilitate and make their lives better. And you know what, that's what this segment's about. And now it's your opportunity to maybe talk on that a little bit. What was your thoughts when you heard that she did that?
I said, you didn't. No. And I did. She said, no. I said, okay.
Well,
but
you were the chosen one.
Yeah, she is the chosen one. But now you have the opportunity to move this forward and bring somebody else on. And I think that's the moment that we all love, because we never know where, and I say it all the time, but we don't know where this train's headed. And where on campus do you live? Where about are you?
On north side at the crossing.
At the crossings. Okay. All right. Now tell us the dramatic moment, right, Gerald? This is what we wait for. This is what we've been talking about all 2 weeks. All right.
Deborah Murphy.
Deborah Murphy.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So tell us why. Tell it what makes Deborah so special to you.
Deborah does a lot too with residents, and I know she's been a lot of help to me, to everybody. You know, it's always with residents, taking them somewhere.
She does a lot. I see her all over the place. She does a lot.
Yes, she does.
She now, how long, when you came, you've lived here so much longer than a lot of our residents. Did you meet Deborah right when she came in, or how did that work? When did you guys get to know each other?
Well, she does a lot of ceramics. She's been doing ceramics since she was, I think, 9, 10 years old. Her grandmother owned
is that
ceramics,
right?
so she knows quite a bit. And she just enjoyed it, started going down to ceramics.
Yeah. So that's how you two bonded over that. Absolutely.
Yes, over ceramics. But at that time, Maddie and Kim, they were helping me. So Deborah would just go in and do something and visit, and But then Maddie, and then she wasn't there anymore. So I asked her if she would be my
go-to helper, assistant. Good. So you two are really every day somehow doing stuff together.
Yes. Because we do pretty good. I mean, whatever we paint, it's out on the windows over there by the bank. Everything we do is there. And they do sell. So the ceramic never closed for me. I was always down there.
Okay, so during COVID, you maintained...
Yes, because we had to be, as they sold, we replaced them.
That is very cool. So where do you see sales? Is it just other residents buying the work, the art, or is it... family members, or where do you think it sells?
No, we have a lot of people from the outside.
Outside come in and buy.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
That is cool.
I've asked them, if that's not all we have, you're welcome to go down to the basement and see what we have. And before I know it, they start buying and...
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That is super cool. So then where does the money go? Does that go to the GCA, or does that go more to the arts and what you guys do, or...?
It goes to the GCA.
Okay.
The treasurer.
Good.
But when I've been there 10 years now, doing that, and when I started, I took over. I was on a budget, and it was explained to me how it was done. But I started selling things and pricing them, and then I had money left over. So, and I thought, well, if I can just when they give me my budget. If I can pay back the budget, well, it comes back to us to do other things.
Ah, okay.
So that's why we might have some classes on making flowers out of clay
Oh, that would be
and
interesting.
other things. So we ended up getting, different things to do down there.
That's great. So do you guys take other volunteers for your group, or is it just the two of you at this point? Or do you have others that come down and help?
No,
Other
we
residents,
have
or-
others, yes.
Okay,
Yes. Because a lot of them that go, they do their own.
right.
And since sometimes things over here, once it opens up and it'll be selling more, it was just myself trying to fill them up, and said no. So I
Yeah.
have volunteers that help paint for Glencroft.
Ah, I learned a lot. Did you, Gerald?
I
I mean,
learned a whole
I
lot.
knew this existed, but I didn't know it was
No, I didn't know
every
it was
day
this
to
big.
this extent. And it's so cool. You're selling to over the walls. People coming to buy.
Yes.
I mean, how
Especially
cool is that?
when we have those fairs,
Yeah.
like we're having in July.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of them already know,
Ah.
and that's what they go, especially Christmas for anything.
That is so cool.
They do
well,
sell very well.
Olivia, we
That's good.
appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much, Olivia.
You're a great nominee, amazing resident. It's what this campus is about. And in fact, you've been here for so long, 14 years. You've had to seen some amazing changes on this campus.
Oh, yes.
I mean, just
Yeah.
like anything, you're around a long time, you can see change, but you have different perspective than so many.
And I tell everybody and say, "Who are you?" And once it's true. I just say, "My name's Olivia." They know who I am.
Yeah, of
Well, my
course.
name's on the window over there too.
You're
And I
known
forget
throughout.
my badge because I said I've been here so long, everybody knows who I am. But then there's always new people.
That's right.
Yeah.
There are always new people. Well, that's why we want to do these segments, because our new residents that come on, they maybe have heard about ceramics, but they want to put a face to the name and understand, oh, that's my person that I want to talk to. And they see you.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised they start pulling on your shirt. We want some more info. So that's good. So, Olivia, thank you.
Yeah.
And Deborah Murphy, we're coming for you, right? She
Right.
knows. She knows now.
I mentioned it to her this morning. She
Oh.
says, "Okay."
Very cool. Well,
See, she'll
thank
be
you
here.
for being here. Appreciate
Thank you.
Well,
Continue
thank
to do
you.
a great work
Thank you.
here at Glencroft.
it. Yeah,
And I
exactly.
finally got to know you.
Listen,
Amen.
nice meeting you.
I've seen you, but
We're putting a face to the name.
There's
yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thanks again.
Gerald, that was fun. A resident of inspiration.
That was
man.
excellent.
I love that segment. I can't say how much I love that segment enough. I don't do it justice, because
Right.
hearing from our residents love on each other is just an amazing thing. And I think a lot of facilities could do that kind of segment.
All right.
Other senior living facilities could do it. But I think we're different. We got mojo,
Very
we got
different.
magic, and our residents
Yes, we do.
are the magicians.
Yes, they are.
I mean, Olivia,
What can we say?
what do you say?
What a woman. She does
What
it
a
all.
woman.
She stays
Man,
active
a
on
few
campus.
words, Gerald. I like it. What a woman. Now, she does
She
a
wears
lot,
many
though.
hats. So.
I had no idea. 14 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, Steve.
That's a long time. All right, so a great segment. I know
Yes.
Kay is going to be bummed out, but you got to take her place, and you got to see it firsthand.
I'm glad to be here.
So tell us, Joe, we've got
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of time left, and I was going to bring on another person for us to interview. I thought, no, we'll just talk. We're just going to talk it out, because you're in the fire with so many of our residents out there,
Yes.
in changing their lives, making them better. You're the point man right now in the Performance Center. Tell us, again, you've been on the show a couple times, but tell us what it's like to be in the Performance Center now that we're getting out of COVID, and COVID's hopefully gone, and we're somewhat back to normal. What's
Right.
your day like?
Oh, it's been a great experience so far. So we're back to normal again. We're still taking temperature checks as the residents come in, and we're allowing more residents to come in.
Which is
We're
a
back-
great thing.
Yeah, all right. So now we brought our limit to 20, which I don't think we ever got that
Nah,
before.
20 opens the door for whatever we
does.
want to do. So,
Yeah.
that was big. When we were at 8, because we were really 10, but staffed,
Right.
that's a small number. We had a lot of residents staying in by the elevator outside waiting to get in.
That's right.
And so to get to 20, man, that opens the door, right?
It does. So they're excited about coming back in. Again, I'm there to help the residents with their workouts, those who want to customize workout plans. So, and we're also still doing those who want fitness assessments. We're doing that as well, starting
Yeah,
back.
the fitness assessments, if you haven't done one, we really encourage it, because it gives us a baseline of where you're at. And that's a big deal to us, because
is.
if we can keep track of you guys in terms of your movement, how your posture looks, how your strength is, how your balance is, if something happens and you have a fall or we can always reassess and say, man, okay, there's some red flags here. And if we see really big increases in certain areas, that we can get in front of and call family members, reach out. So the assessments, man, we encourage them if you haven't done them. And if you haven't done it in a while and you've done it before, we encourage you to come down and get another one. Because that's the only way that we can stay in real time understanding what the body is doing.
That's correct.
And that's so critical. So,
and then also, Steve, we want to encourage new residents to come in. That's very important for us. Those who are listening on campus,
we know where you live.
Men and women.
That's right, men and women.
We want you to come in.
We want them both.
We want you to come in and do a fitness assessment. We're here to work with you. We have personal trainers in the Performance Center to help you.
That's right. I think that's, we do tours all the time with outside communities coming to see because they've heard of what we're doing, and they come on and they want to see ZoeLife. And we just did one the other day from a big outfit out of Anthem, and they could not believe what we've created with that Performance Center, the university, the wellness, the medical clinic, that entire footprint of wellness. And when they did their tour and the Performance Center was busy, and it just blew their minds that everybody down there had their own customized plan. Hey, they weren't just doing a cookie cutter deal. They all had a strategy that was based off those assessments.
Correct.
And that's what, I know you're talking about with new residents. It's like, moving into Glencroft is a big deal. And it's hard because there's so much coming at you.
It is.
And it's new. And I don't know, I'm overwhelmed. But the minute the dust settles, we encourage you to go in there and get tested.
Yes,
Even if you don't plan to come down there, like a lot of our residents where it's 2-3 days a week, I'm going all in, even if it's just to get assessed and get a baseline data read so we can track you. It's just important. So with the Parkinson's and the stroke, we get the privilege of working with them in the pool. And the pool, that now that we're out of COVID, we can have more bodies in the water and kind of life is getting back to normal. But what's some of the takeaways that you have coming out of the water? Because I know we have some fun in there.
Yeah,
we have the music going. It is a good time.
It's definitely a party in there.
I don't know if you could even put words around what happens in that pool from 10 to 12. What's your thoughts, man?
Well, I'm having a good, it's very good that we're in the pool working with the residents, and I have the opportunity of working one-on-one with the resident, and I really have really enjoyed working with Jane Woodburn and also Ted Castaneda, work with him in the stroke program. I just have that opportunity of working with those two individuals one-on-one, and it's just an amazing experience to see what they can do. And
it's such a different atmosphere when you get in that water.
It is.
It's like our residents that really struggle with balance and being able to walk and do things. When you get in the water, it's like everything changes.
It does.
And we don't worry about the falls. We're able to work on their posture and work on their gait. And I know, when that place, we get 8-9 Parkinson's stroke all together in there. The energy's palpable.
And they don't want to get out of the water, Steve.
They want
to go over.
It's true, though, because
they don't want to get out.
It's one of those things, especially at Providence Place.
Right.
We started ZoeLife over there last year before COVID. That was the biggest wish those residents in long-term had was, I want to get back. I want to swim. I want to be in the pool. And the pool's hard. It takes all hands on deck. It takes all of us to facilitate it. But, man, it is worth it.
Yes, the residents do enjoy it.
So if you're out there and you haven't been with us in the pool, I encourage you to call. The pool's one of those things that we do offer it. We have our Parkinson's programs, our stroke programs. We had assisted swim pre-COVID. We're looking at bringing that back to a certain extent where, we use the chairlift to get people in.
Yes, we do.
In between our classes and some of the assisted swim, we encourage you to reach out and find out times that might work for you to do that. You do not need to be a part of those two groups to work with us. We have limitations on numbers of residents we can take at one time, but we've been taking a few residents each week that aren't in those programs, that just want to be in the water with us, supervised, get instruction, and throw the balls around at each other and laugh and have a good time.
Yes, we do.
I think that's as important as anything is laughing.
You have to. It's good therapy.
It is good therapy to laugh, and that's one thing we do in that water.
Yes, we do.
There's some funny things that happen. So
yes, it is.
We've talked through pool, we've talked through PIP. SIP is active right now. We started an amazing art class. Why don't you, I've been a little more hands-on the art side, but what did you think, man? We've been at it a couple of weeks. You've seen some of these pieces that have come out.
Amazing. All I can say, Steve, is amazing what these residents can do.
It's amazing.
We don't know their talents until they're actually doing it. So
I don't think they knew their talents.
Right.
It's like you sit at this table in this, it's not us teaching the art class, it's this West Valley Arts Group, which we paid for, and they come on campus every Friday, and they're doing this alcohol ink class, which enables the resident to never duplicate a piece of art. You could never duplicate this piece of art. They're dropping in colors. They drop the alcohol, the certain, and they let this colors just work. And they're making tiles. They're making big canvases. They're doing paintings. 6 weeks. We're doing this, and the art that's coming out of this thing is incredible. And we've already talked to Milan. Milan wants to put it up on the walls. We got some different ideas with the art, and we're going to do it again. So we've talked about it. I know Kay talked about it on the update, but we've got a waiting list going for this art program because I can only take 10 at a time for this 6-week cycle. And so if you're interested in the art, it's absolutely free. It's one of the added values of living here. We're taking on those costs, but we encourage you. We did it for Parkinson's first because there's so much fine motor skills that go into the art, and with the Parkinson's, that's such a big deal. And we've grown it to the stroke program, and now I've brought in a few select residents each week that aren't in either of the programs just to try it and give me feedback, and the feedback's been overwhelming. And so excellent. The art is one we really want you to lean on if you're led to want to do something like that. Next talking point's a big one, and that is our university. The university for this semester ends, well, it ended last week. That was the last week for this spring curriculum. So Kay Baker and myself are already working on next fall's curriculum. We try to always have between 40 and 44 classes. But this semester, we encourage you to submit ideas. And how we want them to do this is we're going to have some sheet of papers in the administration building. We're going to have them in the performance center. We're going to have them at the concierge. Basically a submission form of instructional ideas. What curriculum you want. If you have an idea, if you have a lead, if you say, hey, look, I know somebody with the city of Glendale and blah, blah, blah. Write that all down for us. And then our team will go to committee, and we're going to pick the ones that you think fits our mold, and then we'll reach out to that person. We don't want you to do that. We'll do that, but we want to lean on you and your ideas. We've talked to so many residents out there who have great ideas for curriculum, and it's stuff that we never even thought of. And we're like, oh, that's a cool idea. So this next semester, we really want to pepper in a lot of what you guys want out there. So all you have to do is call, give us your ideas. You don't need a submission form. You can call directly. We can write it down, or you can pick up a submission form starting today in the Performance Center concierge admin. But you set up and help facilitate so many of the lectures. I mean, it's such a cool thing.
It is, Steve, and I want to thank you personally for giving me the opportunity to introduce these presenters. That's just something about this job is working out of my comfort zone. I really feel that builds my character, and I really thank you and appreciate you for letting me introduce these speakers that come in.
You're great at it. I think you do a great job because everything you do comes from your heart, man. You can tell.
Yes, it does.
You get out and you introduce them and you talking them up, and then at the end, man, I love it. So I think the university, now that we're post-COVID to a certain extent, and like the Performance Center, we got more room in there. We've upped the ante, got that to 20. There was a couple classes this last semester where we hit that 20 mark, and it's like the old days, man. It is like COVID. What? No COVID. The energy in the room was just amazing.
Yes, it is.
And I think going into this next semester, Kay and I have some tricks up our sleeves. We got some really good presenters that have never taught here before that are so encouraged to do so. But again, we want to lean on you. So please, if you have ideas, reach out to us, submit a form. We've got some time. That'll obviously start in the fall. I think we start in September. But it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work to get all of those puzzle pieces together. But with 6 pillars to lean on, there's no topic that we can't do.
Right.
So if you have one that strikes your fancy, please let us know.
Yes.
I'm going to leave you at the last minute. Talk about the men fit for the kingdom.
Yeah, so we have Men Fit for the Kingdom coming up, and I really want to do outreach for the men here on campus, Steve. We have 3 pillars that I really want to focus on with the men. That's spiritual, social, and physical. So you're going to get those 3 pillars in one class, and we're going to go actually read the word. We're going to be praying together. So any men out there, you want to get together, socialize, fellowship with brothers, we want you to come. We're going to be starting soon. So again, sign up in the Performance Center.
So they can call you, they can call
Yes,
Michelle,
they
they
can
can
call
call
me,
me,
Michelle.
they can just call somebody and say, I want to be a part of that group.
623-930-5697. If you need that phone number.
That is very good. How many guys are you taking? We have a waiting list right now,
Yeah,
right?
we have a waiting list now. So currently we have about 15 men.
15 minutes. Okay.
signed up,
So if you haven't called and you want to sign up, do so. And with that, we're out of time, man. This show flew.
It was excellent, Steve.
Thank you, Gerald.
Thanks again for bringing me on.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day.